Today, you need a business map. A map shows you the territory so you can say, here's where I am, here's where I want to go. The map is only valuable if you know where you want to go and you know where you are. If you know where you want to go, but you lie to yourself about where you are to try and make it better than it is, you're never going to get there. Who knows what I'm talking about here? Say I. Your trajectory will be completely off. So we got to know where we really are. And so we're going to start that process here by asking a few of those 5 questions I mentioned earlier. And the first one we'll be tacking into in a few moments is, what business are you in? And then what business are you really in?
My name is Mayumi Young. I'm from San Diego, California. He asked people to share. And at first I didn't want to raise my hand.
So we'll sample, what business you in? How's business?
And then some part of me raised my hand for me.
How about this lady right here? Yes, ma'am. Give her a hand. Tell us what's your business and how's business?
So my business is, it's called CPA Moms, and the first question is difficult to answer because I've changed the business.
I stood up and said, well, I don't even know what business I'm in. I've tried this business, and then I changed it to this business, and then I changed it to this. And he stopped me immediately. And immediately the intervention began.
So when she says, all my pain comes because I can't make that decision, that's not the first time she said that. So all progress comes when we blow through the limiting story. So tell me, what is the benefit of your business?
Well, CPA Moms is what we call the e-harmony of the accounting world. So our job is to find talented CPAs who are underutilized, who are moms, who come back into the industry to serve entrepreneurs, providing affordable bookkeeping and tax solutions nationwide.
Okay, now how many think that there's probably a market for that? Raise your hand if you think there's a market for that. Okay, now, so here we have a great idea with terrible execution.
He started sharing with me things about my journey that the little bit that I shared, no one could know.
What's happened is she doesn't have the emotional juice in this because more fear is governing her than hunger. She's got these scabs of failure, which is something she does not associate to herself. She's an achiever. Am I right or wrong? Okay?
I felt for the first time that somebody really understood how hard this whole thing was.
The effort and energy in building something and people not showing on commitment, and you deal with moms who have a million things going on in their life and they probably don't always comply at the same level because they've been out of the discipline of working for a while. And then you're trying to connect with people who are expecting absolute exact results and mother, how did I get myself into this situation? Right? You know? All right? This beautiful dream I had was going to fill this big niche that everybody here sees the niche also, but what the hell? And oh my God, I've gone through 3 iterations of this thing, and I don't really want this goddamn thing anymore. She has a child she doesn't want, but she doesn't want to give him away. How close am I to being accurate?
100%.
One of the questions I'm going to be asking you today is, what's your exit strategy? And many of you are like, exit strategy? I'm just trying to get it to succeed. But if you don't start with the end in mind, you won't get to that end.
What I discovered out of that whole stages of business is that, I stopped at the infancy stage in my first business. And I didn't know how to push through the first set of challenges that you come across in going from one stage to the next. It was very clear, it was crystal clear. That was exactly the point where I stopped. And not having a right mentor, not having the right coach, and the right knowledge and mindset more than anything, the psychology Tony talks about.
The deepest needs are to know that you're enough and you're loved. When we feel like we're not enough and we're unloved, we failed, we think unconsciously that means no love. She's in survival. So she's smart enough to make this thing work. It's just the one who's in front of me will never figure it out. But here's the good news. The one who's in front of me, the woman who's in front of me, there are many women that are available in the same body. Is there a crazy in there that could kick ass and take names? And is there a woman in there like that?
Absolutely.
Could I speak to her for a moment?
Yes, you may.
When he said, just exchange, don't change, I realized that all parts of me were valid.
Okay.
Get a mentor, get a coach, take
Yes.
that action. That's the first thing that needs to happen. Implement the 7-7,
Yes.
get that in motion immediately, put things in existence that we know need to happen.
Yes.
Look at what the vision of the organization is. Stop looking for answers here and start asking my team what the heck they want.
Yes.
And
give her a hand,
ask
spot on,
clients what they
standing
want.
on, knows what to do. Now, by the way, could this woman run this business? This is the woman that's got you. You don't need to change yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You need to change. You don't need to change. You need to exchange. That woman can't run your business. She's a great lady, but she's not made for your business. She's been running your business too long. This lady can run your business. This woman knows what to do, and she knows, doesn't she? How many see this? How many see what I'm talking about right here? I want you to know what you're seeing right now may be equally important for you.
And there's no question in my mind, had I had this sooner, that my business I wouldn't be in this position right now. My company, I've made all my goals, and me talking about the next level I'd be getting at. So this is the place to be if you want to grow your business and you're done struggling.